consistent with state standards. Comprehensive, age-appropriate sexual health education. So I wrote approved because I believe in that.
Ding.
Cool. Okay. Number 32, advisory vote number 32. The legislature imposed without a vote of the people a retail sales tax on pass-through charges retail establishments. Okay, this is a tax they put on for carry-out bags. I always just say yes to taxes on the off chance that they go to poor people. So I voted to maintain the tax that they spontaneously created.
In Washington, most of the taxpayer money gets spent on
lawsuits for cops.
Yeah, like it doesn't get spent on education. Like we're number 43 out of 50 in like how much we put into our education from our taxes in the state of Washington.
Okay. All right. So you would repeal that then.
And I just think that, like, right, you know, I mean, the bag tax was supposed to help decrease, like, waste. But yeah. I think that right now with COVID for the next 2 years, like, I don't think that's a good tax.
All right, cool. Then you can vote repealed for 32.
Okay.
All right, 33. This is a tax, a surprise tax that the legislature created on heavy equipment rentals to consumers by heavy equipment rental property dealers. And like I said, I always just choose maintained for taxes. I also imagine that this is basically a tax that they put on construction companies, and I'm fine.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah, so maintained for number 33.
I mean, it's most, I mean, developers are going to have to cover that, basically. And developers should have to pay more things.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, and then number 34, advisory vote number 34, the legislature increased. Okay, so this is the business and occupation tax rate for certain businesses. It doesn't necessarily say what they are. I just wrote maintained.
So I think that this is talking about, like this hit small businesses really hard.
Yeah.
When it was put in, like it hit all the small businesses, like really, really, really hard. And the big businesses still got out of it.
Yeah. Okay. So you want to repeal it then? Number 34. Okay, cool. Number 35 is about manufacturers of commercial. This is Boeing. This is just taxing Boeing.
Yeah.
On their airplanes, their parts.
They should be taxed.
Yeah. So I wrote maintained on that.
Where's the one for Amazon? Isn't the next one supposed to be like the Amazon tax?
There's no Amazon tax on the ballot. It was like they still haven't even, like, Amazon's just gonna move before they get that far.
Did you hear that Seattle, I don't know if it was city council or who, but someone in like Seattle local government, or like somebody who's an advocate, like they got all up in the, like, because when they were going to move to New York, they told New York what they were going to fucking deal with that we've been dealing with, and New York nicked. We got that shit shut down.
Yeah, there was a huge, I was a little bit part of that. Like there was a huge, like, oh yeah, they're going to come into your city. They're going to raise your rental rates. They're not going to contribute to the city at all. They're not even really going to pay the people who live there. They're going to import other people to live there and do the work. So they're going
to bring everybody over, like from towns where $20 an hour seems like a livable wage, but
Yeah.
None of those people are going to be able to buy groceries or pay their bills.
And it's going to be a really fun surprise when they get here and they realize they're part of the working poor.
Okay.
Yeah. So the legislature has proposed, this is a Senate Joint Resolution number 8212. This is an amendment that allows public money to be held in a fund for long-term care services and supports, and to be invested by governments as authorized by state law, including investment in private stocks. I rejected this because long-term care services sounds great, but Washington isn't participating in any of those right now. And I don't think that government money should be bandied about on the stock market. The only people who make money on the stock market are people who own the companies. So I rejected that.
Yeah. That just sounds like they snuck something disgusting. They were like, ooh, how can we get this gross thing to be approved? And they're like, let's pretend we're going to help old people.
Yes, that's exactly what it sounds like to me too. Senate Joint Resolution number 8212 is disgusting. So yeah, rejected. Okay, I'm gonna grab my charger. Okay, so next we're on to Charter Amendment number 1. Let's see, 895. Okay, so this is about death by cop. There were a couple, I think this is one of the death
and
by
that's
cop.
Okay, right? So like whenever
I mean, it's legal. It's legal. Well, this is okay. Mandatory inquest, because it isn't mandatory that they do an inquest yet when a cop kills you. Let's see. Mandatory inquest be attended to. Clarify that an inquest is required when a member of a law enforcement action, decision, or possible failure. Okay, this is basically like anytime a cop is responsible for killing a person, there's a mandatory inquest. That's what this amendment is about.
So we don't want to do that because then it'll be really expensive, right?
It's already really expensive. Hello. Okay. Millions of dollars. It also provides attorneys for the family of the dead person so that they can sue the state. Yeah.
So yes.
So yes on Charter Amendment number 1 inquest, because fuck yeah, those people deserve attorneys, and we need to get
fuck yeah. I only saw yes and no.
Okay. All right. Charter Amendment number 2, dispossession of real property for affordable housing. There's a charter restriction on the county's authority to transfer, lease, or sell real property for less than the fair market value when the property will be used for affordable housing. So this removes that restriction. So I put yes.
Hold on. I don't know if that's good.
Well,
so the thing is, what this is talking about is there's affordable housing that is it's called like Arch, and I think that's an acronym, and that property can only be sold, like there's all this criteria about who can fit into the demographic to buy it, and they have to fit into a low income profile to buy it, and they can. But hold on.
Go ahead.
The thing is, like, So that allows families to get in under market value.
Right. And this is allowing the county to transfer, lease, or sell to people for less than fair market value.
Less than means the rent hikes won't affect them.
Yeah, that's basically me, though. You realize that's me, right? Like, if I was paying fair market value for this apartment, if I wasn't in low-income housing, then I would be paying $3,000 to $4,000 a month for it instead of $1,000 a month.
Right, which is why we should say no.
No, it removes a restriction on the county's authority to do that so that they can do it more.
Okay, so hold on. Remove a charter restriction. County's authority transfers for sale of real property. So then they'll be able to do this more.
Yes.
Okay, because I was concerned about the wording.
Yeah, it's very confusing, and they're all like that. But
yeah, it's like my real estate questions.
Yeah, you're doing a really good job thinking through this stuff. I can tell that you've been reading a lot of boring shit and sorted through it, because you're much better at this than you used to be. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so I wrote yes because I want there to be more affordable housing, and that's what the yes means.
Yes means yes. Hey,
Yes.
Alisa.
Hey, what?
There is the most foul smell in my kitchen, and it's not staying there. It's like coming out.
Oh, cool. It's like that time where you and your boyfriend decided to never shower but always stay under your covers. And remember you and Dead John would like lift the blanket up and be like, oh God, we smell terrible.
I think we were just fucking with you.
Really? Because I believed that you smelled terrible. Yeah, you and Dead.
We used to bullshit people a lot.
Okay. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Dead John was kind of a liar.
100%.
You guys definitely.
Now he's a dead liar.
He's a dead liar. Yeah, I do like that we call him that. Like, we knew he was gonna die of an overdose, and then he died of an overdose. It wasn't magic, but it felt right.
It felt like full circle, you know?
Yeah, totally.
Shamaka was like really like freaked out about telling me about Dead John being dead, and I was like, oh well, that makes sense. And he's like, yeah. No, what?
He's been trying to kill himself for years. Like,
and
why?
I was, well, so was it? And was it? I was like, overdose, and he's like, yes.
Shamako always needed to pretend like there were less drugs around than there actually were.
And then I was like, well, I guess he's like, okay, well, are you okay? I'm like, I guess my only question is like accidental or intentional. And he's like,
does anybody know?
He's like, nobody knows. And I'm like, we should call that.
We're gonna call it
he's
intentional.
Been like with that death for
right.
All his life.
He's been working on killing himself pretty hard for a while. Yeah. So we're gonna go with intentional. Like 10 years of trying to drink yourself and pill yourself to death. It feels like an intention. You know, like 3 years ago, Shamako tried to contact me to do his like 9th step, right?
Yeah.
After Dead John was such a surprise. He and Dead John were so close, and he was so surprised about his overdose. Yeah, Shamako always needs to pretend like
sober and likes Jesus or something now.
Well, he's definitely sober.
I'm a vegan. Isn't that disgusting?
Ew. Don't make it grosser than he was. Yeah, like, no.
I love telling people, like, it's always my favorite to tell people that I can't be friends with you because you're a vegan. And are you joking? And I'm like, no.
I need to eat a lot of meat.
No,
Lisa's
I
like,
was like, I know you will poison me and I will die, and so I
yeah,
can't be
yeah,
friends with you.
it's
And they're
not
just
a
like,
real.
that's like, you're joking. I'm like, no.
That's
And
like Lydia's talking about how that's going to be the new, now that birth control is going to be hard to get and abortions are going to be illegal soon. Women are just going to have to be like, okay, look, a baby would kill me, so I can't have sex with you unless you get a vasectomy. Like, this is not happening.
oh man,
What? Ew, what is that? Is that something dead? Is that poo? What is it?
it's a date, but I just squished it all over my seat.
Oh, okay, that is gross, but it's really exciting to me that it's not poop or puke or shit.
Or a
Wait,
dead
wait a second.
animal.
Or a dead animal. Those were the three options. Yeah, from
That's
from
what Joy
your
House is like.
kitchen to
What could
your
it
feet.
be? What
Could it be
could
now?
it be now?
What could it be now? I
Okay, hold
I
on a
didn't let him.
second.
I didn't let him confess to me. I didn't want to hear all the rotten things he'd done to me that I didn't know about.
Oh my god.
It
Good
just
decision.
Yeah, Shamako was like, "Can I please ninth step with you?" And I was like, "No."
Oh. Yeah, good decision.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, hold on.
Because who wants to hear all the secret horrible shit that somebody did behind your back? Nobody. Nobody wants to hear that shit. You know? Also, I feel like I knew what horrible shit he was going to confess, and it was just stuff that we'd been arguing about where I was like, "Oh yeah, that happened." And he was like, "No, it didn't." Like I said, he always needed to pretend like there were fewer drugs around than there were. Fucking Shamako and Dead John. They were such dicks when they got together.
I mean, like they could have just gotten married and lived happily ever after and stopped ruining everyone else's lives.
Yeah, agreed. Maybe that was the source of all of their. Maybe that's what Shamako's been looking for all along. Is just him and Dead John just going into the sunset.
Well, he could, follow the light.
Okay, we're on Charter Amendment.
I'm not that nice.
It's all right. You don't have to be nice. I don't. It's not. I don't like you because you're nice. That's
Okay.
not part of. That's not
I
real.
had to totally stop myself at work yesterday.
Yeah.
Because I didn't realize which patient I was talking to, but I almost said, because like they were talking about the Trump rallies in Florida with all those people and no masks. And I
And
said,
also,
oh my
they
God,
got
I
left
know.
out in the colds. Did you
I
hear
told
about
them,
that?
I was like, what?
Oh, Trump left, and all of his supporters are elderly, and they all ended up in the cold waiting for buses to come pick them up for hours. Some of them had to be taken to the hospital after his last rally. Yeah. Like he's
Okay,
literally killing them over and over and over again.
it's so funny. So I was like, yeah, I know. I looked at that picture and it was like playing Where's Waldo finding the one red mask somebody was wearing. I mean, it really felt like Where's Waldo, right? And I found the one red mask on the white dude with all the other white people. But
Yeah.
But then I was gonna say, because they were like, it's just so sad, crazy, and scary. And I was like, well, no. I mean, it's more like Darwin. Like, he's killing
Yeah.
the people. Like, they're all gonna die. And but then I realized like they weren't gonna laugh at my joke when I said that. Like it was so I was like, no, it's kind of like Darwin. I'm like, you like smart people live longer.
Yes. There you go. There you go. There
And
you go.
people who don't have common sense maybe aren't going to stick around as long during
There we go. There we
the
go.
COVID.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I think the phone might be ringing.
I might have already said too much. Yeah.
Okay, I can talk. I can go back to voting.
All right. Here we go. Okay. We are on Charter Amendment number 3. References to citizens. Okay, so this is the charter amendment that decides that non-citizens are allowed are just allowed to be part of the King County Charter. They're going to change the word citizen to member of the public or resident. So you don't have to be a citizen to enjoy rights as a citizen in King County. So I wrote yes. Because citizenship should be available to everyone, regardless of when they got here, how they got here, or why they're here.
Okay. Next.
Okay. Charter Amendment number 4 is another good police oversight deal. Okay, so there's a law enforcement oversight committee that doesn't have any teeth, that doesn't have any kind of authority at all right now, and they can't do shit. So this would allow them to subpoena witnesses, documents, and other evidence. They can't even subpoena fucking evidence right now. So this would allow it to relate, like, to get all of those clues related to its investigations and reviews of county law enforcement officers. So I wrote yes, because I want them to be able to fucking do research about the cases that they're reviewing.
Next.
Okay, number 5 is more police reform. It's making the King County Sheriff an appointed position. Okay, so it's an appointed position, with a requirement for consideration of community stakeholder input during the selection process, and to make the county executive responsible for bargaining working conditions with. So basically, while he's interviewing for the position, somebody from the community, like an activist, is going to have input during the selection process. And they're also going to be able to bargain working conditions with the Department of Public Safety's represented employees, which all sounds democratic to me.
Yeah.
So I wrote yes.
That's so fucked up that it hasn't been an elected official.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. The King County Charter shall be amended so that the duties of the okay, this is more about structure and duties of the Department of Public Safety, and it looks like bargaining working conditions with the Department of Public Safety's represented employees. I wrote yes, because it just sounds like more bargaining and more. Yeah, I just wrote, yeah, I wrote yes. I thought that was fine.
Okay.
Charter number 7 amendment prohibits discrimination on the basis of family caregiver, military, or veteran status. That's really just it. It's just about discrimination in employment and in county contracting on those bases. Like, it's just eliminating that, prohibiting that discrimination. So I wrote yes, because discrimination sucks. Prop 1, Harborview, they want to take down all of the old condemned buildings at Harborview and rebuild the new ones. And they want to spend $1 billion.
Well, I think that's really important.
Yeah, so I approved it.
That's good that you approved it. Thanks, Lisa. Change approved.
Change approved. Yeah, Harborview is important to everybody, but especially those of us who are super, super fucking poor.
Well, but I mean, it's it's one of the most like tremendous teaching hospitals around, and it's the level 1 trauma center. So
Oh, wow. Okay.
whenever anyone gets medevacs,
Yeah.
like even from I think Spokane or Idaho, like this is their trauma center that they bring everyone to. And so making sure that like helicopters can always land on the roof safely, and
Yeah.
and like because it's a number 1 trauma center, the residencies that everybody does there when they're going through their like doctoring
ER
programs and
rotations.
stuff,
Yeah.
or whatever path they're on in medicine, like it's a really really amazing learning environment,
Okay.
um
Good job,
because
Harborview. You'd never known for the line of homeless addicts that are pouring out the door. But I've also had I've had really great care, but and you got your wallet stolen at Harborview, so it kind of goes both
it's
ways.
just my debit card, and I mean I was hanging out with a gangster,
Yeah. 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 When you hang out with a gangster, you got to watch your wallet. You're right.
yeah.
Okay. The next one is President and Vice President of the United States.
So you pick the one that you don't want, right?
No, you pick the one that you really want. Are you thinking about going for Spike?
I don't think Spike's gonna make a very good president.
Agree.
Howie Hawkins.
The Socialist Worker Party
I
looks
thought
pretty
we were gonna be
good.
able to vote for Kanye West.
Yeah. That's the thing, is that he didn't get himself on the ballot in all of the states.
I know.
Good job knowing stuff.
Who the fuck would vote for Kanye West? He's a fucking idiot. He can't even keep anything together.
He does seem like he's falling a little bit apart.
So Joe and Kamala.
Joe and Kamala.
Okay.
Okay, Pramla, right? She's doing an awesome job. She's keeping ICE as far bay as she can. She's working on universal health care. She's overseeing the camps. Also doing an excellent job.
I can't believe like he's so good at posting stuff on his social media and being really thoughtful. And I can't believe how many people like tell him that they want him to die and they think
I know. He does such a good job for us.
And you just scroll down, thanks Jay, you're so great. And then it's like
die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went to the pamphlet for the lieutenant governor, and Marco Lias is talking about universal health care and taking care of us and pandemic relief. And Danny Heck was not. So I chose Marco.
Okay. Polo.
All right. And then let's see. I also went for Secretary of State. I think I went to let me see. Kim Wyman versus Gail Tarleton. I ended up on Gail's side. She just talked about voting rights, and she wants to refund the Postal Service. Kim Wyman prefers the Republican Party, so
yeah,
it's not really okay. Mike Pelliciotti is your Democrat, so you vote for him. Patrice McCarthy, ditto, and state auditor. And attorney general.
Yeah.
And then commissioner of public lands, also Democrat, Hillary Franz. And then when you get to superintendent of public instruction, I'm going to tell you, I went to the pamphlet and Maya Espinoza spazzed out about how they're teaching sexual positions to fourth graders in schools. And I was like, you a crazy bitch. I'm going to vote for Ragdow. I was like, yes, children in fourth grade are learning about sexual positions. Those are children that are in school right now. So actually they're not right now learning about sexual positions, but they're learning about them from their friends. Like regular children. Duh.
Nobody, like, teachers have to go to all of these like trainings and classes to learn how they're supposed to teach the curriculum that they're required to teach.
Anybody
So
spazzing out about that shit is basically just a Christian who doesn't want anything taught.
About like, oh, but since you're 10, you should probably know that you can get pregnant when you have sex this way, but you can't get pregnant when you have sex that way.
Yeah, there's no way they're saying that shit. She was clearly just like a crazy Christian, and in secret. Yeah. Okay, so then we've got insurance commissioner, Mike Cradler, obviously is the Democrat. Nicole Macri is the Democrat in the legislative number 43. Now, position number 2 for legislative district number 43. I'm going to ask you to vote for Sheree LaSales because they are a kick-ass activist person who's been an activist for 20 years, who is like Seattle People's Party, and I follow them on Twitter and they're always posting kind, thoughtful, compassionate. Like they will fight to make sure that the buses are free again and stuff. Also, they have amazing hair. Sheree, I don't know if you've seen her posters around town, but their hair is just, ugh, like goddess hair. Okay?
Okay.
Did you fill it in for Sheree? No, Frank Chop, right? Fuck Frank Chop. Fuck him. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
It's just because you like the hair.
Yeah. Their hair is really important. Okay. Justice position number 3. It was Dave Larson versus Raquel Montoya Lewis. Raquel Montoya Lewis, I believe, Raquel Montoya Lewis is a Native American judge.
Oh crap. I am supposed to be somewhere.
Oh, okay. All right. Do you want me to just tell you the answers for the rest of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Raquel Montoya Lewis. Charles W. Johnson.
Hey.
Helen Whitner.
Okay.
Deborah L. Stevens. David S. Mann. Bill Bowman. Andrea Robertson. Carolyn Ladd. And the prop 1 is for bus maintenance and to fix the West Seattle Bridge. So I voted yes.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah. Do you want to say anything charming to sign off?
Hasta la pasta!
Hasta la pasta!